how does somebody know if they have long haulers?
So it's really it's really not that complicated. So you basically got the virus
Mm-hmm.
and you feel worse since then.
Okay, and you just never got over it, basically.
Never got over it.
Okay.
And you might have felt like you got over it, but then symptoms came back that were weird and you don't know why.
Okay.
Right. And they can be different symptoms than what you had initially. And the likelihood of you having it is greater if you had 5 symptoms initially when you first caught it. So this can be any symptom. So it could be like fatigue, shortness of breath, fever, cough, a number of those things, where if you have 5 symptoms, you're more likely to get long haulers.
Okay. So does this include people who lose taste and smell?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So do we know what causes long haulers?
We do. So we have, well, there's a lot of research that's still ongoing, but what we've seen is that it is this combination of all these toxins and then the deficiencies. And then the virus was the straw that broke the camel's back, because what we see is that when we remove these toxins and we address the virus, which is actually still an active live virus in the body, then we have success. And so there was a study that was done that looked at I think it was like 18 people. So it was a smaller study, but people who had the virus got over the virus. And then 4 months later, they did intestinal biopsies of these people. And I don't know who's raising their hand and be like, hey, choose me for intestinal biopsy.
Right.
But half of those people, so 50% of those people had live active virus in the intestines, and they had no symptoms. So these are people who are asymptomatic. So no symptoms, or symptoms were completely gone. So we can assume, based off of this, we can extrapolate that all of those people who have long haulers still have live active virus. And the thing is that when we address the live virus in using the herbs and the nutrients that we do, we have success, right? So we know that that corroborates what that study was saying.
Okay. Do we know what percentage of people who got the virus end up getting long haulers? Do we have any idea, like how many people who've had it that this is impacting?
We do. And the numbers are much higher than people, I think, initially thought. So what we're seeing right now is that 10 to 30% of people who did not have to go into the hospital end up getting long haulers. Okay, so that's like 1 out of 3 people. And when I say don't have to go in the hospitals, it means you got the virus, and then you did not have to go into the hospital because it wasn't that bad. For people who had to go into the hospital, 75 to 85% of those people are going to have long haulers. And by definition, I'm saying that it's persistent symptoms longer than a month. The definition is still kind of up and down, but the reality is that, you know, when you get a flu or you get a bad flu, you're usually back to normal at like 2-3 weeks, right? If it's lasting longer than a month, it means that something else is going on, and the immunologists cannot explain it. They're like, the virus should be gone by now, right? But the reality is that it's not.